Ay, me duele la pierna. Ok.
Vamos a hacer unas 3-4 en español, Kelvin. Y ya
Platícanos un poquito cómo te sientes después de tu encuentro.
No, pues emocionalmente me siento muy contento, ¿verdad? Pero físicamente me duele todo.
Kelvin, ¿pensaste que iba a entrar el 1-2 con tanta facilidad o saliste a presionar rápidamente? Entró muy bien, sobre todo el gancho, la izquierda estuvo entrando toda la noche para ti. ¿Te imaginaste que lo ibas a poder encontrar así?
Yo pensé que lo iba a noquear, pero pues yo tengo mucha confianza en mis manos, mucha confianza en mis técnicas, así que sí, pensé que iba a entrar con facilidad.
Entró muy bien el primer asalto, en el segundo regresa Johny. ¿Qué te dicen en la esquina antes del tercero? Que volviste a salir muy agresivo, muy al frente y casi lo vuelves a noquear ahí en el tercero.
Sí, me dijeron exactamente eso, que el primer round era mío, de seguro, y el segundo más o menos, y el tercero pues sabía que tenía que ganarlo.
¿Y qué está pasando con tu pierna ahora mismo?
Ahorita pues lo pateé bastante y nomás dije no voy a parar de patearlo hasta que se me caiga la pierna, ¿no? Y ahorita estoy pagando las consecuencias de eso.
Platícame qué representa este triunfo para Kelvin Gastelum.
Pues sin duda es la mejor victoria de mi vida, el mejor evento contra un ex campeón, o sea, esto no puede estar más ahí en el top.
La mentalidad de Kelvin ya va sobre algo más, ¿no? ¿Sobre un campeonato?
Claro, ahí quiero estar en las conversaciones de pelear por el título y creo que ahí ya estoy con la victoria sobre Johny Hendricks. Ahí estoy, posiblemente quiero la revancha con Tyron Woodley, a ver qué pasa con su pelea contra Robbie Lawler, pero yo quiero esa revancha.
Una última pregunta en español, Kelvin. La Ciudad de México ha sido sede de 2 de tus mejores peleas, contra Allen Berger y después contra Allen Backward. Saliste con el escudo de México, el UFC regresa a México el 5 de noviembre.
Claro.
Fuera de la lesión, ¿te gustaría volver a pelear en la Ciudad de México?
No hay lesión, pero sí, en noviembre eso sería el plan, de pelear en noviembre, pero si algo se viene más enfrente antes del noviembre, también lo agarraría.
Can you talk in English though right now, explaining what's going on with your leg right now?
Yeah, I kicked him with my leg a bunch of times, and it hurt every time I kicked him, but I wasn't going to stop kicking him until it fell off. And right now I'm paying the consequences. It just hurts. It's just swollen. Nothing's broken. Nothing major. It just hurts right now.
I was understanding that you were saying that this is like the biggest victory to have over somebody that was an ex-champion. I mean, can you tell us, like, where do you think that can propel you to having that?
Obviously, win over Johny, man, I think it puts me right there in the conversations to fight for a #1 contendership, and fight for the title eventually.
And you were saying also, I think that you wanted to fight in November in Mexico, is that right?
November in Mexico is the plan for sure, and I would love to fight in Mexico City. I love fighting in Mexico City, so that would be the plan. But if something occurs or something pops up before then I would take that as well.
You mentioned Tyron Woodley though, right?
Tyron Woodley, yes. So that is one matchup one rematch that I would like. Obviously, I wasn't 100% in our fight. I didn't make the weight, so I want to be able to make the weight and be healthy for the fight and get the rematch.
Speaking of missing weight, Johny missed weight yesterday. How much of a confidence boost was that going into a fight knowing that he, obviously didn't prepare himself to make the weight?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a big mental boost for me, and it's a big downer for him. I've been in that position where, your social media is blowing up with people calling you fat and just bringing you down when you're already down. So I know the mentality behind that, and it is what it is.
And how have you dealt with criticism?
Early weigh-ins, and we saw that you were close to missing weight yourself. How stressed out were you because you had to weigh in right at the very end?
Yeah. No.
Through your mind, did it go through the fact that both you might have missed weight for this battle?
No. There's no way I wasn't going to make weight for this fight. This is the biggest fight of my life. I have to make weight, so.
Well, was it something in your weight cut that went wrong? Why did you have to take solo? Why did you have to weigh in at the very end? Right before cut-off?
Yeah, it's just time. The time we didn't measure it right, but I was expecting to be on weight by 8 a.m. But, it's just time. We didn't measure the time right, and You know, it just took a few extra hours.
Are you confident in the next fight your weight cut will go smoother, or is it something
Yeah.
you constantly worry about going into?
No, it's just little tweaks that I need to make in the weight cut. You know, every fight I'm still learning. You know, and it's just little adjustments that I need to make for it to be even better next time.
You seem to have had like a newfound confidence or just the sharpness about your striking in this particular fight. How much would you credit that to having worked at Kings with Rafael Cordero?
Oh yeah, entirely up to that camp. That's why I felt so confident going into the fight. Is the camp that I'm in at Kings MMA, the people that I surround myself with, and the people helping me out, man. I just have a great foundation of people around me, and that's why I felt so comfortable. I felt real at home tonight.
You've been the underdog for so long. With the victory over a former champion, is it time to put those underdog things to rest that you should be the favorite in these fights?
You know what? It doesn't matter to me. That's been the storybook of my career, you know, of being the underdog, and I actually enjoy, you know, spoiling the stats and spoiling people's, you know, whatever they think of me.
This fight went the distance. You had another close fight before this against Neil Magny. It didn't go your way. Were you worried at all when they read the scorecards? Did you feel pretty confident you had to win?
I felt pretty confident, but still, you never really know until they actually name your name, you know. But at the end of the fight, I was like, you know what? I think I did enough.
Did you feel like Johny broke it all in this fight as the fight wore on? He looked very deflated in between rounds. It seemed like you were a lot more composed.
Yeah, you know, he kind of came in. I don't know. He didn't look like the same Johny Hendricks for sure.
And you mentioned criticism earlier, you know, like about the weight cut and things like that. You were an Ultimate Fighter winner. How have you dealt with criticism in the past? You know, with the weight, you know, missing weight, and you know, being an Ultimate Fighter winner, and having that expectation that people think you're supposed to be the next big thing, but it's you know, it's kind of unfair expectations.
I think I've been able to deal with it just basically on my age. I think I was young and I was naive and I didn't really care what people thought, you know. So that's one advantage that I had, I think.
Over the last year, with the experience having the fight at 185 and then having that 5-round fight with Neil Magny, how much has your game grown just from having those experiences?
Oh, tremendously. You know, I've in this last few fights that I've had, I've grown tremendously, you know, and then going over to Kings, I've grown even more under the tutelage of Rafael Cordero, who's just brought in a world of tools for me.
You mentioned that you wanted to fight Tyron Woodley next, but he's got a title shot. Is there anyone else in the division that you're looking at potentially fighting if he does become champion? Or do you not believe there's a possibility he could be Lawler to become the champion?
You know, I mean, everybody's got a puncher's chance, but you know, whatever happens, I want that rematch. I don't care if he's the champion. I don't care if he's not. I want that rematch with
and
Woodley.
If Lawler loses that fight, would he be a potential matchup you might be going after?
You know, it doesn't matter to me. I want to fight the best guys, and I want to be the best in the world. So, thank you guys.
Thank you.